Hello, hello. Am I here? Can you see me? I feel like things are confusing to me now. Hey, Rika. Oh gosh, 5 o'clock came fast today. Fast. I'll tell you that for sure. Where's my glasses? Here they are. Mika, how are you? Oh, you're not here yet. Sorry. I should learn how to read for a reading sprint. I should learn how to read the comment. Be here in a sec. All right. Am I here? I mean, why does this look strange to me? I don't know. I don't know. Hang on. Let me see if I can see anything. Because this looks. Hey, Tina. Tina, can you see me and hear me? Because this looks so weird to me on my end today. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I can. This might cause major whatever, but let me see if I can see and hear myself when I go in on YouTube. Okay, hang on. My channel. It won't let me see my channel. Okay. Okay, Tina says I can see and hear you. You look totally normal. Okay. All right. So then maybe it's just something weird on my end that it looks different. Maybe something updated and now it looks different. Or maybe my computer is going to crash at any moment. We'll find out. It'll be interesting. It's like I kind of can't see. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Tina, how are you? Oh my gosh. Whoo! I am good. I am normal. I'm a little bit flustered though. I got water over here. I got cookies over there. I have no idea what I'm reading today. Well, it's not true. I do know what I'm reading today, but I kind of just want to finish it. I'm not that excited about reading it. I don't even know why I started reading it. I do know why I started reading it. I started reading it because I was like, oh, let me just see what this is about. What's going on here? Answer that question in a minute. Okay. Yeah, so I started reading this book. Again, another book. I'm having a weird reading month because I'm reading things that people have recommended to me. And some of them, maybe not just recommended to me, but recommended in general, that have been on my in my recommended library for a while, that I was like, you know what, let me just see if some of these are short and I can fit them in the middle of the week or something before I start the book that I'm reading for the weekend for the summer reading challenge. So I started reading this book not knowing if I was going to like it or not. It's called, I'm not going to be able to say the title because it has the bad word in the title. But it is The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. So I'm almost done. I have maybe 2 more chapters to go. And I'm yeah, I'm not so into it. I can't wait for it to be over. Yeah, can't wait for it to be over. So the last week has been pretty good up until 2 days ago. What happened 2 days ago? 2 days ago, Monday. What happened? Oh, no. Why? Did something happen to your dog? That's really terrible. Was he sick? Or did something happen that this came on all of a sudden? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry too. That would be a bad day. In December, he got water stones and needed surgery. Oh no. And a couple days ago, we realized they were coming back. And yesterday we took him to the vet. Oh no. Bladder stones, not water. I was like, water stones, is that a dog thing? Bladder stones. Okay. So you went to the vet yesterday and it was bad news. Oh. How long have you had this dog? This is bad news. The surgery was 2,000 and the recovery was bad and they would come back again. 7. That's not very old for a dog, is it? I don't know anything about dogs, but 7 doesn't seem very old. Is he like a breed that tends to get, is he a he or a she? What pronouns am I supposed to be using for your dog? Do we know the dog's pronouns? Does it just keep happening? He couldn't live with them, so the only option was surgery, and that couldn't happen again. Yeah, Mika's right. It sounds like it would have meant prolonged suffering for him. Oh, well, yeah, at least he's not suffering anymore. And now it's just your family suffering from the loss. Oh, Tina, I'm so sorry. He was a he. His name was Teddy, a Shih Tzu. Oh, Teddy the Shih Tzu. I love that. I love it when people name their pets like human names. I love that, Teddy. Aw. Thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, that's not a great way to start your week. Didn't mean to bring down the mood, just wanted to let y'all know. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is a bummer. It's a total bummer. Yeah, but thanks for coming to like join us and tell us and read with us today or work with us today. What are you doing today? Like while we're sprinting? And Mika, what are you doing while we're sprinting? How's everything been going for y'all? Well, much better than that for me. I haven't had to like make any awful, hard, terrible decisions in the last, little while. It's been a while since I've had to make a really awful, hard, terrible decision. So, yeah, things are going good for me, other than the weirdness that's happening with my computer screen. I don't understand it. I don't know. Mika, how's everything going for you? Boring, but it sounds like you did the only thing you could do. Yeah, I hope you're not beating yourself up. I agree with Mika. Yeah. So what, Tina says, thank you. I've written 4 reviews. I need to update my German blog and distribute some German reviews. All right. Very cool. So that's what you're working on today. Tina, what are you working on today? I am going to finish this book. I'll probably maybe finish it during the first sprint. I only have like 1 more chapter left to go, 2 more chapters maybe. I'm at 85%. So I'm going to finish it on my Kindle. And then I'm probably going to write in my reading journal about it so that I can be done with it. Put it away. And unless something really amazing happens in the next 15%, I'm not reading this one ever again. Nor will I recommend it to anyone, probably. That's where we're headed right now. So that's what I'm going to do for the first sprint. Mika's working on her blog and reviews. Good, good, good. Tina, you going to read or are you going to work on something else? You're going to write in your journal. I don't know. Probably going to watch YouTube and maybe organize my room a bit. All right. I rearranged my bedroom the other day, so I guess that's interesting news. Interesting to me anyway. I just there's not the way the window and the closet and the door is all configured, there are not very many options for rearranging the bedroom, but I put the bed in a different place and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I was like, you know what? If I hate it, I can always move it back. So far, I don't hate it. I should be doing schoolwork, but any excuse not to do that. I hear that. I hear that. Yeah, I should be working on another video, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not. Mostly because like all of a sudden my computer looks super weird. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so we've all got stuff we're doing. Should we do, okay, if we do 45 minutes, that'll put us at the top of the hour. Does that sound good? Is 45 minutes too long? 45 minutes is a long sprint. But what do you think? 45? 40? 30? We could do 30 for the first one, 40 for the next, whatever. What do you think? Tina's okay with 45. Oh my gosh, wait, Mika, did you see Tina's mid-year freakout, book freakout tag video? If not, you should go and watch it during the sprint. It's really good. She's got some good books in there. 45 is my favorite. All right, so we'll do 45. And we'll come back at like the top of the hour. Tina didn't post it in the Facebook group, but you did send me the link. Do you want to put the link in the comments here so Mika can go watch it? It's really good, Tina. All right, timer. 45. Or did you already send Mika the link? I don't know. Mika, have you seen it? I haven't watched it yet. I always save videos, and before I know it, I have 97 videos on my watch list. And then like you wait for a rainy day, right? So you can sit there and just like binge watch all of your videos on a rainy day. That's what I do. I will watch it. All right, so you've already got it. All right. Okay, so let's do 45 minutes. I'll start the timer. I can watch it while I distribute stuff. Yeah, you totally can. The tag videos are good ones to sort of like, I think, to have on in the background and sort of listen to. Because then when a question pops up and you're like, ooh, you can like pay attention or whatever to, whatever question. All right, I've got it set for 45. I'll change the banner to say that we'll be back at the top of the hour. So I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. My gosh, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Banners off. Okay. This looks so weird to me still. Something going on. I don't know. 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 Geez, the last picture I posted on my art Instagram was a Christmas card. From what year? Christmas of 2022. Yes, you need to start painting again. Skylar! Hello, hello, welcome back. Skylar, how are you? What are you reading? What's going on in your life? How are things going? Haven't seen you in a long time. And I think you're in the summer reading challenge, but we miss you. We don't see you. Anyway, how are you? Welcome back. Yeah, Mika, you gotta paint. This is my latest creation. It's a bit aggressive, isn't it? It's not finished, but I needed to throw something up there because I moved my other one into the salon. But yeah. We gotta start painting. We gotta start doing art. We gotta start like all kinds of crazy fun stuff. A Christmas card. It would have been a long time ago. Yep. Okay, so I finished my book, thank God, and started writing about it in my reading journal. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm finished with it. And when I finish writing my reading journal stuff with my thoughts, I'm gonna go look and see. I'm gonna read some other reviews because it's like number 5 on the bestseller list this week or something like that. So I'm like, why are people loving this book? Because I am not. It doesn't look aggressive to me, but it might be because I always find shades of blue calming. Oh, no. It looks aggressive. It's just like slash. So I got to figure out a way. Mika, maybe you can give me some advice. Figure out a way to like make it something. Like maybe within there, then I need to like paint a tree or a flower maybe. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Watched a YouTube, had tomato soup and grilled cheese, which is like such a great lunch that you always forget to have. I always forget about it. I eat a lot of grilled cheese. We call them tostas here. Tosta. I always do tosta com queijo because I just like the cheese, but tosta mista is the most popular. It's like ham and cheese, but I don't like ham. But yeah, I always forget whenever I make grilled cheese, I always forget that I should also make tomato soup. It's classic. It's the classic. I'm good. I'm reading Bleep of Crazy Powers. Ooh, what is this about? Tell us about it. Skylar, I don't know anything about that. Then I went to look outside for Walmart packages and found other packages from a bakery. My aunt sent us cookies and cake. Oh, to like, as like, for like a memorial dinner or as like condolences or just because it's like Wednesday, I'm sending you cookies and cake. And we had no clue. I wonder how long it's been sitting out there. Did you eat it? Is it still good? What kind of cookies? What kind of cake? I like cookies and cake. I do. I like them both. I'm going to a party this weekend, 2 parties, and I've got to bring something for both. And I'm thinking of, if I didn't have to travel on the train, I would definitely make 2 cakes, but I'm going on the train. So, I feel like I'm going to have to make cookies, which is not a bad thing, but it's not what I wanted to make. It's part of a series about a girl who has telekinesis powers and works for the government. Ooh, that sounds interesting. And is it the first book of the series? Just randomly sending you cookies and cake. Oh, I love your aunt. That's awesome. I'm moving on the 1st. Where are you moving? Oh my gosh, that's big news. Moving is a big deal. I know. I help people move all the time and they hate it. They're like, are you excited about moving? Are you not excited? Where are you moving to? That's I love moving. This is why I like to help people move because I love to do it. I'm like, starting over, here we go. I'm all about it. Everything has a new place. Everything's all clean and like, yeah. I love moving. Oh my gosh. You know, here's the thing about Portugal, Tina. They don't do cookies and cake here. They say that they do cake, but I find everywhere in Europe, Mika, back me up on this, everywhere in Europe says they do cake, but the cake is very dry and it's not like, there's not like frosting on it. Sometimes there's like cream or like a gel kind of thing. But yeah, they don't really do cake like Americans know cake. And cookies, they don't do at all. Like there's no such thing as a cookie here. Okay, that's a lie. Their cookies are more like crackers. They're like not all that sweet. They maybe have cinnamon, like a cinnamon flavor, but it's like a cinnamon, not a graham cracker, but kind of. That's what like cookies are here. And you really can hardly ever find them in the supermarket is where you can find them. They don't do like a nice chocolate chip cookie or like a peanut butter cookie or something like that. It's very depressing. I'm moving with my mom to another town 30 minutes away. Oh my gosh. So like a brand new town, a brand new house or apartment, a brand new start. I think this is awesome. I love it. Are you excited? Tina is excited. Yay, Skylar. I'm excited. I love moving. We have Kuchen and Tort. Am I saying it right? Kuchen. I'm not saying it right. Kuchen is dry. Yeah, it's dry, right? Tort is more juicy with like cream or frosting. Yeah. But neither one of them even are very sweet, are they? But yeah. Yeah, it's not the same as what we do in the US, which I miss. I miss American cake. Sorry if I don't answer questions. I'm chasing my niece around because she can't go on the tile. Why not on the tile? She'll fall and crack her head open. I don't know how I could live without sweet. I know, it's a problem for me. Yeah. Apartment. I can't wait. Thank you, everyone. Oh, yes, I love it. All right, a brand new place. Have you got like it figured out how you're like gonna put everything, or you're just gonna wait till you get there and figure it out? I love moving. I don't know what I'm gonna be when I grow up, but a baker is definitely on the list. I have this like weird fantasy that I will open up a bakery, right? But it will only be open, like it'll be open for a couple of hours in the morning, but all we serve at the bakery in the morning is like coffee and cinnamon rolls. That's it. We don't do anything else. And we're open for like 2 hours in the morning, coffee and cinnamon rolls. And then we're closed. So like we can all go have fun, do whatever we're doing, right, during the day. But then in the like afternoon, evening, like after school hours, like whenever kids get out of school, like from 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock, we're open again, but all we serve between 3 and 6 are milk and cookies. And it's like only one kind of cookie every day, like a different cookie every day. And kids can come and do like their homework or like whatever. People can come and hang out and just have milk and cookies. And then we close and that's the end of it. Like we're literally open for like 5 hours every day. And we sell like 2 things every day, the same things. It's easy. I think it sounds awesome. Both are cake. Torte can be very sweet. Ooh, all right. Well, maybe I need to move to Germany. I mean, the Portuguese have very, very sweet things. Like the pastel de nata is like, oh my God, it's so good. But it's like custard. It's super sweet. It's delicious. It's like the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. Like they have some sweet things, but it's not cake. They're more of a pastry society, I think, pastry. That and there's stairs close to it. Oh, and the dog's watering food. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So yeah, you got to keep the niece safe. I don't have anything planned, but I get the biggest room. Your mom is giving you the biggest room. Wow. Cool. It has a walk-in closet. I never had that before. Ooh. So it is. Do you have stuff to put in your walk-in closet? Now, here's my advice. You don't have to fill the space just because you have the space. You think it's a great idea. You want to be my business partner, Tina. I don't know when we're going to open this or where we'll open it, but you'll have to go to like, is it culinary school that bakers go to? Or it's called something else, baker school. I don't know. You'll have to go to school to learn like how to really do stuff, and then we'll go into business. First time in 2021, I had so many things I never had before. A window in my bedroom that I was allowed to open by myself. I do know I need to get another TBR cart or bookshelf though, so it's planned for. All right. Oh my God, you could make your walk-in closet like a mini library. What if you did that? Like, what if you didn't have any like clothes or anything in your closet? You found another place to put your clothes, and your closet was just like a library. I feel like, I don't know you well, Skylar, but I feel like you might have more books than clothes. So a library might be the perfect like plan for your closet. Moved for the first time in 2021. How old were you when you moved for the first time? 2021. Pastry school, that's what it's called? All right, you need to go. I need more clothes, but my mom is paying the rent and everything, so I'll be able to buy more clothes. All right, but you don't have to feel like I have very strong rules about clothes. We don't need as many clothes as we think we need, right? We wear the same stuff all the time anyway. So, yeah, buy more clothes, buy more books, buy more cake. Legitimately considering pastry school. I can support that. Good idea. You like it. You like the library idea. Oh, Tina's got a library where she keeps all of her unread books. 15 when you moved for the first time. Wow, my family moved a lot growing up. A lot. Not like military a lot, where you're moving like every 3 months, but like the longest we ever lived anywhere, a couple of years maybe was the longest we ever lived anywhere. And we usually stayed places for at least 9 months for a school year, right? Like my mom, like we stayed in for the school year. I never started school in one city or one place and finished that year in another place. So we did that because my mom was like in education. So her job also like would last for the school year. But yeah, we moved. I figured this out, how many times I've moved in my life. No, how many times I've moved as an adult. Hang on, where do I have this written down? I have it somewhere because I'm putting it on my new website when I get it set up. How many times, hang on, where is this? I counted it. Okay, I have moved. Okay, as an adult, so after high school. I've moved more than 20 times. I've moved 4 times across state borders, 6 times across international borders. And I didn't even try to count the number of times that I moved as a as a kid. A lot of moves. I gotta go, but I'll be back. All right, go get your niece. My older siblings moved a lot before I was born. Oh, so then you got lucky. I don't know what I'm choking on. Your mom and dad were like, we are not moving anymore. We're staying put. Was the move when you were 15? That was the move from Philadelphia to Kentucky? Is that what you guys did? I've never left the US, been in Philadelphia, New Jersey, Florida, and Kentucky. Where in New Jersey? Because I used to live in New Jersey. I've never lived in Philly, never lived in Florida, never lived in Kentucky. We did drive through and stop in for a couple of states on the way from Philadelphia to Kentucky, but that's it. You didn't live there. Yeah, I did house sitting for a while all over Europe, but I don't count those as like living there. Even though some of them I lived for like a year or yeah, well, 3 months is about the longest 3 months is the longest I could really stay anywhere because of like visa restrictions. But yeah, I didn't count those in the adult moving because it was just me moving with a suitcase. Like I didn't move all of my stuff with me. We went to the Jersey Shore, and I don't know, wherever we were staying with my aunt and uncle. Oh, your aunt and uncle live in New Jersey. I loved house sitting, and I 100% recommend it. Yeah, I loved it. So I did like house sitting for people's houses, like just the house, or like if they had plants while they were gone that needed like taking care of, or cats. So cats was the only animal that I would do. I didn't want to do dogs because I'm afraid of dogs, and because like dogs are a lot of work because you have to like be home at a certain time to walk them or let them out, or like you have to. Cats are a little bit easier because they can sort of take care of themselves, right? You got to feed them, you got to scoop the litter, you got to like pet them and brush them and like play with them, right? But dogs, one, the temperament of a dog, like to get them to like not, like you got to learn, are they going to pull on the chain? Are they going to bark at other dogs? Are they going to run and chase other dogs? Are they going to bite people? Like there's so much that goes into like taking care of a dog. So I wouldn't do it. Or farm animals. There are a lot of people like the really fantastic houses to go house sitting. They're all like farms. Like if you can take care of farm animals or horses, you can really stay in some amazing places in like France and Italy and all over Europe, right? Probably in Germany too. Yeah, but house sitting, I loved it. Something you're considering, I feel like you should do it. You're young, you're responsible. It's a great way to like see places and experience what it's like to live there as like someone who lives there. Yeah. Did you ever watch Fish or Hamsters? No, there were never any fish, and I never saw very many postings that were like fish. And I never saw any postings that were hamsters or like those kinds of animals, like smaller animals. I did see some for rabbits, which I don't know anything about rabbits, but the person that contacted me to be like, will you come and take care of my rabbit? And I was like, I don't know anything. I don't know how to do that. And they were like, oh no, it's so easy. I'll show you. It's so easy. You just got to give them food and like empty the poop. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, okay, I don't know anything about it. So she was like, it's easy. But that's the kind of stuff that I saw, like tons of dogs, tons of cats, and farm animals. Yes, dogs are so much more difficult than cats. Dogs are so much more difficult, I think, than almost anything. But maybe it's just me because I'm kind of afraid of dogs. How did you find house sitting jobs? I've been thinking about that. So I did it like right before the pandemic, literally right before the pandemic. My last house sitting job ended 10 days before the pandemic, before the US shut down from the pandemic. And I often think, what if I had been on a house sitting job? Like, or what if I had house sitting jobs set up or whatever? I would have been kind of like, whew, bad news. So I joined like 3 different house sitting websites. Trusted House Sitters is like the biggest, most well-known, most whatever website. And you have to pay a little bit to be a member there, but it's worth it. It's so worth it because like, yeah, it's worth it. And then Nomador, I also joined because they do a lot in Europe and that's where I was going to be. And I don't think I had a paid membership at Nomador, but I got a bunch of really nice house sits from that. And then I can't even remember the third one that I joined because I never got anything very interesting. I applied for some stuff on it, but never got anything. So yeah, I would say Trusted House Sitters is probably the biggest, most well-known, most safe because I think they do some vetting. At least it seemed like for people going to house sit, there were hoops to jump through for them to prove that you were like a legitimate person and not like a criminal trying to go steal things from people's homes. But yeah, I think house sitting is great. I loved it. I really, really loved it. Yeah. Yeah, I did it for, well, 2 years total, well, a little over 2 years, 2.5 years total. Because I had one job that was like an entire year long. Who the guy was actually like, do you want to stay? Can you stay longer? And I was like, no, I'm done. I need to go. I need to move on from here. So yeah, house sitting is good. So Tina, I think you should do house sitting and I think you should go to pastry school. Yeah. And I think we should do another reading sprint. All right. I am going to keep working on, I'm going to write in my reading journal about the book I just finished. That's what I'm going to do in this next sprint. And then maybe start another book. Maybe. Yeah, what are you guys doing? If we go for like 30 minutes for this next one, what are you guys going to do? All right, if we go for 30 minutes, what's your plan? I gave this book I've just finished 2 stars. Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. My phone is about to die. Oh, but it won't, I don't have anywhere to put it. I'll put it down there. Okay. Oh, Tina's going to explore culinary school or pastry school. What book was it? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Bleep. Yeah, I mean, maybe it came out in 2016. Maybe if I read it in 2016, I would have liked it a little bit more. I doubt it. But I feel like so much has happened because a lot of the language that he uses, not just the F word, but he talks a lot about like entitlement and privilege and I don't know how much of it is just that he's choosing sort of inflammatory words and inflammatory positions because like when you title your book that, like you got to stay, that's the tone, right? It's going to be like my painting, it's going to be aggressive. And I'm fine with aggressive, but he just like he takes a lot of positions that are very, this is the way it is. And I'm like, I don't know if that's actually the way it is. Like maybe that's how it was for you. And where he really lost me when he was like, and then I hit rock bottom. And I was like, you're a white guy with a college degree. The fact that you're like sleeping on your friends' couches instead of getting a real job, that I don't think qualifies as like rock bottom, right? I don't, so yeah, I was like, so yeah, I wasn't crazy about it. I feel like it started off okay. It's not really saying anything like new or groundbreaking. It's just sort of saying things in a way that makes me like, it sort of gets me like, I don't, you're coming off a little bit dicky. Yeah. So yeah, this is why I write about it in my reading journal because I think, okay, is maybe like the message that he's trying to get out there an actual like good message that could be meaningful, or not? Like, am I lost in his delivery and his message is good, but his delivery stinks? Or is what he's saying, like, is the premise of the book just crap? I don't know. So that's why I need to process this in my reading journal, which is what I'm going to do for 30 minutes. All right. So if we go for 30 minutes, then we're coming back at the top of the hour again, which actually works out pretty good. Although, if you guys wanted to do 45, because I got to go at 7:30 again. So maybe we could do a 45 minutes and then we come back and we've got like 15 minutes to like say goodbye. No, let's do 30. And then if we want to do a quick 15, we can. All right, let's do 30. I've already got it. So I'll see you guys back then at about the top of the hour. All right. So let me change let's start this up. Start 30 minutes and I will change the banner. All right, see you guys. I don't have to change the banner. It already says top of the hour. Okay, that's perfect timing. I literally just wrote like the last thing and was in my, yeah, and so yeah, perfect timing. Oh my gosh. All right. So I am done with this book. I am done. I do not recommend it. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I do have some good agree or disagree questions that I'll put in the Facebook group because, yeah, he says some stuff that I'm like, what do I think about that? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, writing about the book didn't change my opinion much, although he did say some good stuff. And then he promises a bunch of stuff that he like never delivers on. And that I think is what bothers me. I made it. Oh, you did. All right, cool. And then it was on TikTok. All right. I don't do the TikTok. An account on Trusted. Did you do some like browsing? Did you take a look and see like what kind of stuff is available? Yeah. Yes, all over the world, Trusted House Sitters. I didn't do any house sits in the States. I did all international, which is great. Like, I honestly think, seriously, even if you're just going, I was doing it like I was looking for long-term sits. So I was doing like, yeah, most of my sits were like 3 months to a year. And then I would do shorter ones like in between if I couldn't completely fill the calendar. Like if I had a weekend that I needed to be somewhere, I would put in a weekend. I would look for a weekend sit in the same place. But I feel like now, if I wanted to go and spend like 2 weeks somewhere, just like on holiday, I would totally go back to Trusted House Sitters and look for like a 2-week house sit, 2-week cat sit, 2 weeks, fish, plants, something. Yeah, a good bit of stuff for pretty soon in Kentucky. Oh, cool. Yeah, because everyone's going on holidays for the summer and for August, right? Everyone's like going away. Yeah. Now I will say, because Trusted House Sitters is like so big, you really do, I noticed when I was doing it, that you had to be like one of the first people to put your application in. Because some of like the really good sits are going to get like hundreds of applications. And like there were some that by the time I actually applied for the sit, I was like, this has been up for a day. There's like, I'm not even going to get a response, right? There's too many people that have already applied. It's already gone. And then sure enough, like some of them I really was like, okay, I've got enough house sits. I've got enough like recommendations and reviews that I can put in a really good application. So I'm going to go for it just in case. But most of the time I would see like within 20 minutes of submitting my application, the house sit had already been like taken. And that means they've already like interviewed people. So yeah, you gotta act quick. I've never had a job before, so I would want something close and short, at least at first. Yes. And those are really good then to get the reviews and the recommendations, because homeowners really do look at reviews. Because when I first started, I didn't have obviously you don't have very many reviews. And there was a lady who was like, well, can I talk? Can I go call the people that left reviews? And I was like, well, you can see their review on the website. And I was like, I'm like, I'll ask them if they're okay with you calling them. And then she was like, well, no, if you have to ask them, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, never mind. And I was like, well, I'm not just going to give out people's phone numbers to random strangers. Anyway, so yeah, short ones are good and then get like really good reviews, and you'll get a lot of them, right? It would be a great way to explore the world. And so, yeah, but I will say, I never had a bad house sit, but I've heard of a lot of bad house sits. So, yeah, we can talk about this more if you want, but I was pretty careful about what I applied for and what I accepted. And I probably interviewed the homeowner more than the homeowner interviewed me, because I knew that I did not want to get into a bad situation. Like bad situations, like houses that were filthy, animals that were filthy. I didn't get, but I heard like these horror stories. Like one of my friends actually broke her leg because the dog, like she was walking a dog and the dog like started running around her feet and like wrapped her feet up in the leash and like broke her leg. I've heard stories about like animals that were sick that like that was never disclosed in the interview. And so like a house sitter went in and the animals were sick and they died. Like the animals died while you were, I'm just like, oh, no. So yeah, there's a bunch of horror stories out there. So you do like, I have a whole list. I can find it for you if you want me to, if you end up doing this, of questions that I asked homeowners when I did like the interview, because I know what I'm capable of and I know what I don't want to have to deal with. So yeah, I don't want to be like injured in a foreign country, nor do I want to like be staying for 2 weeks in a filthy house. I mean, it doesn't have to be a perfect house, but like the stuff that I've heard of like just horror stories of people. So yeah. Yeah, if you get serious about it, DM me and I can send you my list of stuff. And I can even send you like samples of things that I would say in the application, if it's helpful, if you get serious about it. I would kind of like to refloat the idea of pastry school. No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, yeah, it'd be cool. I don't know anybody that's a pastry chef. I know a couple people who are or who went to culinary school. And I don't know if one guy isn't even in the industry anymore, but I don't know if you would call the other people a chef, a cook. I guess it's a chef. They work in restaurants, so they would be chef, right? Or does it have to be a fancy restaurant to be a chef? I don't know. I like to watch Top Chef. Pastry school is really expensive, and I don't know if it would be worth it. I know. And I feel like you've got to really know that pastry is going to be your life to spend that kind of money and that kind of like investment of time and energy, because I think it's like really hard too. I would really want the like traditional college of how to perfect techniques and how to come up with recipes. Yeah, because I don't know how to like come up with like legitimate recipes where you're like measuring ingredients, like half a cup of this, half a cup of butter, baking powder, baking this. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I can follow a recipe, but I don't know how to make up my own recipe. Yeah, my cooking, people laugh at me. I cook like my mom, which is basically we just throw stuff in a bowl. We throw stuff in a pan and hope for the best. It usually works out all right. I know, and they say baking is like such an exact science, but I'm like, I'm getting super lucky because I'm just like throwing stuff together. It usually works out. Sometimes it doesn't. No, it usually works out. Oh my goodness. All right, I think we lost Skylar. She's off with her niece, doing her thing. Okay, so it's 10 after. I know, when baking, I'm not exact, but you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be because it's all science. They really legitimately say, oh, you have to measure everything perfectly. And you really should measure in grams or by weight instead of by volume. Yeah, measuring. Who's measuring salt and vanilla extract? I know, not me, not this girl. Shake, shake, shake. All right, that's about a pinch. Vanilla. And most of the time, honestly, I leave the vanilla extract out. Everything tastes fine to me and it all mixes up well. And like, I mostly leave vanilla extract out. Yeah, Mika doesn't measure either. Mika, what do you do with the vanilla extract? Are you using vanilla extract in your baking? It's expensive. And if it doesn't make that big a difference, which clearly it doesn't because I haven't been using it, I'm not going to splurge for it. Follow me for more baking tips. Oy, oy, oy. I love vanilla extract. The recipe says a teaspoon and I'm adding a tablespoon. So you double down on it. Well, see, it's, your double downing on the vanilla extract is like evening out my never using it. Oh my God, Mika loves it too. All right, well, you guys keep the vanilla industry in business then. Yeah, I don't think it makes, I can't taste a difference. But that's me, I guess. Unless it's the only flavoring, right? Like if I'm making vanilla something, then I guess if you leave out the vanilla extract, it would just taste like butter. Okay, that's fair. I just don't ever make just vanilla something. Yeah, I know. I like vanilla. I eat vanilla cookies that I buy at the store, but yeah, I don't eat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, 7:12. We don't really have time to do another sprint. I gotta be out of here at 7:30. All right, do you guys want to play a game with me for 10 minutes? Do you want to play agree or disagree? And let me read these like two things to you from my book, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree with what he says. There's two of them that I was going to put in the Facebook group, but for 10 minutes, we could talk about it now. You can tell me what you think. All right, let me pick just one. Let me pick a good one. Okay. All right, listen to this. I don't know what I think about this, so let's discuss. Acts of love are valid only if they're performed without conditions or expectations. So here's the example that he gives. He's talking about relationships. If you make a sacrifice for someone you care about, it needs to be because you want to, not because you feel obligated or because you fear the consequences of not doing so. If your partner is going to make a sacrifice for you, it needs to be because he or she genuinely wants to, not because you've manipulated the sacrifice through anger or guilt. Acts of love are valid only if they're performed without conditions or expectations. Agree or disagree? Tina's in on the game. Tina says, I mostly agree with that. This is my problem too. Like, I mostly agree with it, and yet nobody wants to wash the dishes, right? But if I'm like if I need somebody to wash the dishes, I don't care if they want to. Right? An act of like, you can show me that you love me by washing the dishes, even though you don't want to. So I'm sort of in this like, what and love? An act of love, acts of love, like actions. Actions of love are valid only if they're performed without conditions or expectations. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're human and our feelings are very complicated. It should be partly non-conditional. Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah. My problem, I think, is when he said it, the only time it's ever valid is if there's no conditions attached to it. And maybe that's true. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do like I do like the idea of unconditional love. But I don't know that it's not love. I don't know that unconditional love means that you only do what you want to do. Wait, is unconditional love? Yeah, this seems to be what he's saying. It's you're only doing it because you want to, not because you feel obligated or because you fear the consequences. Well, then he seems to be saying the only acts of love that are valid, the only kind of love that's valid is unconditional love, but valid, it's that word valid that I'm having a hard time with. Those conditions shouldn't be held over your partner's head or a burden on the relationship. I agree with that. Although maybe I don't agree with it. Somebody has to wash the dishes. And if neither one of us want to wash the dishes, right? Like, say you've got 5 roommates. Well, do you think, yeah, unconditional love can be with your roommate, and active love can be doing something for someone an act of love, right? Doing something for someone you love out of the love that you have for them. If somebody does something just because you demand it, it's not an act of love. Yes, I agree with that. But what if you don't demand it? I'll do the dishes, but you have to do something horrible. Like you can't, that's not good. Like when you like hold it like, okay, I'm going to do the dishes, right? But you have to clean the toilet or something, right? That's not good. But yeah, somebody has to wash the dishes, but it's not an act of love if someone does it out of obligation. I think that's what he's saying. And I don't know that I agree. I think it can still be an act of love. Not everything, right? Not everything all the time, because all of the other stuff that we've said is definitely true, right? Any of the conditions you have over doing the dishes shouldn't be hurting their relationship. They should be making it better. Right. So then does that mean if you're doing something to make the relationship better, I think that's an act of love, doing something to make the relationship better. And I don't think you have to want to do the thing. I don't know. So yeah, it's like he says things like this in the book where he makes these like statements, and I'm like, okay, on its surface that sounds right, but it kind of like, he says they're only valid. It's the only kind of act of love that can be valid. And I'm like, if I'm doing something that makes the relationship better, I think you can make demands. Nothing wrong with that within reason. But then we're out of the acts of love territory in my eyes. I do the dishes, my husband does the dishes, and neither of us do the dishes. Demands it. Yeah, so, yeah, like if you demand something, if you demand that they do something, or else, or something bad will happen, right? Or I won't love you anymore, or whatever, then that's, and then they do it, then yeah, they're not doing it as an act of love. Okay, I do agree with that. But he doesn't go into the demanding. Like, he doesn't say you, he just says, if you make a sacrifice for someone you care about, it needs to be because you want to. I do a lot of things for people that I love that I don't want to do, but I do it because I love them. And like you said, I want to make the relationship better. I don't think that means that my actions are not valid acts of love. I don't know. A lot of things in life are obligations, even though the acts of love. An example of this can be, yes, nobody wants to clean a poopy diaper. They're legally obligated to, but it's an act of love. That's like another perfect example. Like, you're obligated to do these things and you don't want to, but they're definitely, I think, acts of love that are valid, but they would still do it even without the obligation. Right? They would, and they're not doing it because of the obligation. Oh, hang on. If they did it because of the obligation, then it would not be an act of love. Yes, agree. But when parents start holding, I had to spend all this money on you, when I abandoned my dreams for you, yeah, that is wrong and no longer acts of love. Yeah, then it doesn't seem like it really was an act of love when they did it. Yes. So it's all like in the, well, I was going to say it's all in the motivation, but that's kind of what he's saying. It needs to be because you want to. So many things with this. All right. Do you want to talk about the next one? The other one that I wrote down. This is good. Okay. So again, he's talking about relationships. He says, and I'm not going to say the bad word. I'll just say F. Give an F. Okay. I'm not going to say the word. It's not about giving an F about everything your partner gives. Oh, well, I got to just say the word. I'm sorry. I'm going to swear because otherwise it won't. It's too hard to say. Sorry. I apologize in advance. Skyla, if you're still here, get your niece out of the room. There's going to be some swearing. All right. Are you ready? It's not about giving a fuck about everything your partner gives a fuck about. It's about giving a fuck about your partner regardless of the fucks he or she gives. That's unconditional love. Agree or disagree? Tina says, swear away. The Walmart packages are here. So now Tina can't focus on this. I completely agree. Oh, she completely agrees. Not about giving a fuck about everything your partner gives a fuck about. Yes, agree. It's about giving a fuck about your partner, regardless of the fucks he or she gives. Tina says, completely agree. All right, I completely agree. I agree too. Mika. I don't think I believe romantic relationships are unconditional love. I don't know if unconditional love, I mean, maybe like parents and children. Oh, wait, Mika thinks they can be. All right, Mika, tell us more. But often they aren't. Yeah. I feel like when you're older, I almost feel like the only time there can be unconditional, like truly unconditional, is when one of the people in the relationship is just completely dependent on the other for everything, like babies and kids, like where like you just love them and do things for them because they cannot give you anything in return for, you know what I'm saying. My iPad is precariously going to be carried. Be careful, Tina. I've never been in a romantic relationship, but I feel like it's parent to child. That's the unconditional. It's a romantic relationship with unconditional love. It could become unhealthy. I feel like it's so easy for this, unconditional love thing to be like, I'll do whatever you want me to because I love you. I don't know if that's like unconditional love. That isn't unhealthy. That isn't, well, but is it a valid act of love? Maybe it's valid, but it's not unconditional. Maybe that's where I was having trouble with the language. The difference between a valid act of love and an unconditional act of love, because they don't have to be the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think. But they can be. I feel like in a romantic relationship, you're constantly like with the valid acts of love, completely valid, but I don't know about unconditional. I carried the boxes to the porch and my iPad didn't fall. All right. Whew. What'd you get from Walmart? You have 2 minutes to tell us. The Walmart boxes. What's in the Walmart boxes? I haven't been to Walmart in since 2007, maybe 2008, maybe. Long time. Long time. Oatmeal and pretzels and fruit snacks. Okay, those are all good things. Very cool. All right. Hey, you guys, thanks for playing that game with me. I like that. I like that agree or disagree game because I think it's good to think through and process what they're saying. Do I agree with that? Do I not agree with that? And why? So yeah, thanks for playing with me. My mom orders restocking snacks. Yeah. I don't have any snacks, but I do have vegetables in the house. I don't have to go to the supermarket tonight, thank goodness. So yeah, I have enough time to quickly make some dinner and scarf it down before my class. All right. Hey, you guys, it was good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me here for talking about the book I was reading and playing a game with me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. if I don't see you in the Facebook group before. Thanks for strength. Hope the rest of your night is good. You too. Have a great day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.